So now I'm going to talk about DUIs and how we attorneys handle DUI cases. DUI, of course, represents driving under the influence. So I want to be clear. I want to put a clear disclaimer out before I proceed. This video is not intended for you or anyone who is not a lawyer to watch and attempt to do it yourself. This is not a DIY video, do it yourself video for DUI cases. Okay. There are so many things that can go wrong. The consequences are very serious. I do not want anyone to watch this video and think now they know what to do. Now they're going to go handle it, because I'm trying to offer information and help people, not to hurt people by thinking that you figured it out with this little information and you can go in and handle a DUI case. So I'm very clear about that. However, so to just say a little bit about how we lawyers handle DUI cases, right? The first thing you do is you request and gather all the evidence, right? Everybody have to know what you're looking for, right? And everything from whether there was a probable cause for the stop in the first place, the stop of the vehicle, or whether the the sobriety test that was done in the field was done properly, and even the actual testing of the individual, which is the alcohol test, right? The sobriety test is a manual physical observation. That's when they'll say walk from here to here, count ABC, things like that. Or you have to do like a test where you look at a pen and your eyes have to follow it. Those are the physical observation tests of the police officer on the scene. Then there's also the breathalyzer test, which is scientific, right? You blow your breath into the machine and it calculates whether your alcohol level is over the limit or under the limit. Now, there are certain procedures that have to be followed in order for the the alcohol test, to be valid. Okay, the officer has to observe certain protocols. Also, the machinery that's been used to do the actual alcohol test has to be maintained. There are there are requirements and standards that have to be met for the maintenance of that machine. And where there is an error, whether because the officer who is conducting the test, he doesn't have the proper licensing, or his certificates are not up to date, right? Or with the alcohol test machine, there are a series of things that could go wrong, whether it's with the chemical that they use to do the test. There's so many different factors in the maintenance of the alcohol test machine that can pose an issue where it's not maintained properly, right? And finally, even in cases where all these things go well, right? If the let's say there's a case where the alcohol test machine, does a reading, or in some cases, you blow to the machine and it cannot give a reading, right? The officer can still try the case. I mean, the prosecutor can still try the case based on observation of the police officer. They can say to you, you know what? We don't even care about the alcohol test results. We're going to go by exactly what the officer observed at the scene of the stop, which means that he's going to come in and testify that I saw him XYZ. Here was his process we went through. Here's what I observed. He was slurring his speech, alcohol smell, staggering while he walked, couldn't, follow the pen, things like that. Okay. So even in cases where there's an issue with the reading, or where the reading doesn't necessarily work for the prosecution, they can still try the case based on observation. Another reason why I say that this is not a DIY video. If you're facing, a DUI case, I implore you to retain a lawyer, and of course, contact us at Omojola Law. Again, this is attorney at the Omojola, and I'm looking forward to solving your legal problem. Hello, this is Attorney Ade Omojala from Omojala Law, located right here in Jersey City, New Jersey. I have been practicing for over 14 years. I cover the areas of litigation, domestic violence, restraining orders, DUIs, driving under the influence, and also immigration. You can search Omojala Law into your favorite search engine. Just enter OMOJOLA space LAW. And it'll pull up our website, locations, and other information by which you can contact us. Again, this is Attorney Ade Omojala from Omojala Law, and I am looking forward to solving your legal problem.